Now that you are a pro at adding text to your recipe cards, adding text to a journal card will be a breeze. And this time we are going to talk text our way through the card. At the end of the video, I will share another example for a recipe page layout. Open Letterglow, and we're going to start a new project. And we're going to choose one from, we're going to act as if we're starting from a photo, and our photo is going to be our journal card. So you'll need to navigate to the area of your phone as to where you have your kit. Again, mine's in Dropbox. Come to Recipe Kit, and I'm going to create a 3x4 journal card. And I'm going to navigate down to, I have a little horizontal journal card with a whisk on it. Not horizontal, I'm sorry, it's vertical. I don't need to crop it, so I will hit apply. Okay, so if you click that plus button at the bottom of your screen, we're going to add text to the card. I want to choose my font. I'm going to choose Archer Book. Tap in the white part of your screen. And instead of typing on the keyboard, we're going to talk text our journaling. And the way you do this is you're going to click that little microphone at the bottom of the screen, and then you're just going to start talking. My sweet friend Ginny is such an amazing cook, period. All Southern girls are, exclamation point. She gave her guacamole recipe to me several years ago, period. It has always been a big hit with family and friends whenever I make it for a gathering, period. I usually double the recipe and think of Ginny every time I make it, exclamation point. Okay, so once I finished talking, I did click done, and I usually look at what was typed out to make sure that there are no errors from me by saying something that I shouldn't have, or if I need to change some punctuation, or if the voice recognition didn't hear me say something correct. So I'm going to look at this really quick. This should say all Southern girls. And I'm going to change that to a little S. It's always been a big hit with family and friends whenever I make it for a gathering. And then this here should say I, usually double the recipe. Okay, I'm happy with the way that looks. I want to adjust the alignment, and now I will click done. And it is on my card, but I do need to change the color of the text. And then I want to change the size of the text as well. Let's bring this down to about, let's see, a 69 or a 70. No, 69. Okay, so in case I didn't mention it in the last video where we were putting text on the recipe cards, you can adjust the size of your text box by clicking on one of those little circles that are on either side of the text box. And if you move it in or out, you can adjust the size. All right, so I like it just about like that. I do want to add a little bit of leading, just a little bit. And I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and save the card. Click on that little arrow and then export it. I'm going to save it to my photos. Okay, let's come back to our library here in Letterglow, and I wanted to show you one more card that it's not in the journal card section, but it is in the 3x5 filler card, and I just want to show you how you can add a little bit of a decorative element on this card. So I'm going to come here to my recipe kit and come here to 3x4 journal, and it's a checklist is what it is. So I'm going to open up this file and then hit apply. And so this recipe is card, and it's got some little bullet points here with some descriptions for these recipes. So let's choose a graphic that we're going to place on one of these bullet points. I'm going to choose graphics, and then I believe there's a check mark here in fun artwork. I think there is. Let me see. Do I have it in here? There it is. I'm going to click on that check mark here. And I'm going to change the color to something we can see easily. How about a nice bright red? And I want to shrink the size a bit. Or you can drag one of those circles on the corners of the check mark and drag it in until you get it to the size that you would like. And let's see, what are we going to put this at? We'll put this here at sugar-free. There, put that check mark up there. If you want to move it around without your thumb or your finger, if you click on this icon down here in your scroll bar, you can move it just a little bit here and there, up and down with the arrows. Okay, I like the way that looks. And I'm going to save this to my camera roll as well. Okay, so we just created 2 different cards that we can place onto a template in our Project Life app. So let's go ahead and do that. In the last video, I created a 6x8 recipe page, but this time let's start a different page using the same elements from both of the videos, just to give you another idea of how you can create some of your recipe pages. So I'm going to click over here in my layouts, and I want to change my corners to square. I'm going to stick with design A here. And up here in this placeholder, I want to put a picture of the guacamole. And if I remember correctly, I have that one saved to my favorites. So I need to scroll down and place that there. And then down in this bottom placeholder, I'm going to place the recipe card that we created, the guacamole. Perfect. Okay, so in this 3x4 space, I want to put in the journal card, like so. And then over here, I can place the check mark card that we did, just like that. Okay, so now you can see I have, the recipe, the photo, a little bit of journaling, and kind of a little filler card here. And then this other area on the other side, you can easily put another recipe. Remember, you don't have to have a story or photo for each recipe. You don't have to create one layout for a single recipe. Don't be afraid to put more than one recipe on a page. Remember, you are creating something that is meant to be used possibly on a daily basis. Make it practical and useful for you in the kitchen. I hope you found this video tutorial helpful. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to drop me a note at kellymsill@gmail.com.